Okay, people, so we have another episode of Fornever News. Now, with this episode, there's not going to be a crazy variety of stories. For the most part, we're talking about a couple of different stories, about a couple of different series, but the impact on some of these stories is going to blow your minds, people, because, yeah, we got some very huge stories. There may not be a ton of them, but the ones that we do have are huge, and I was even debating on doing these videos separately from the news segments, but I was just like, you know what? I love this news segment that we've been doing for Never News, so let's get started, people. Because for starters, today during a broadcast, we had a huge revelation from one of the editors of One Piece regarding the manga that's coming up, that it's giving us an eye-opening peek at the very least of what's about to go down, and woo, we're gonna talk about that one because it's very, very freaking huge. Based on what went down on that interview or that broadcast, yeah, shit is about to be real. On top of that, it's One Piece Day, so yeah, perfect timing to get some incredible freaking news like this one. Also, we have another huge update regarding the upcoming episodes of the Boruto anime, because one of the writers from the Boruto anime was recently on Twitter responding to some people, and he gave us a bit of insight, and I think you're going to be interested in this because right now it's prime time, it's game time. We're at the point where Kara, one of the arcs that fans have been saying for years, once Kara makes it to the anime, it's game time, and we had episode 1 of Kara premiere with episode 157 of Boruto Naruto Next Generations, but I think you're going to want to hear what this man had to say and the clarification, because there's been some misinformation floating around regarding what he said, but yeah, this is going to be big as well. We also have a story about the 7 Deadly Sins last anime season that came out, I want to say it was last October if I'm not mistaken, the one with the terrible animation, so we got a little something about that, even though it's not really worth talking about, I guess, but hey, there's still some 7 Deadly Sins fans, and I know the story is moving forward despite the original manga ending not that long ago, so yeah, we got something about that. And we also got a couple of other tidbits of news, an update on that One Piece box set that I was talking about in the last video, something regarding Kishimoto's original attempt at drawing Naruto as a bit older and as a Jounin. We got a story about the Weeknd and his latest music video, and again, it ties into anime. Trust me, this is an anime and manga based centric, channel and news segment. And lastly, we got the sales for some volume 1s, or not the sales numbers in particular, but the ranking and how well a lot of these did, and this is seemingly going to cement, in my opinion, some of the series that are going to be sticking around, and kind of shocked me what was really almost at the top of the charts. Like, you're gonna be like, that shit is doing that good? Yeah, it is. But without further ado, people, let's jump into the Fornever News. I love this. I love doing this segment for you people. You love it, I love it. It's a match made in heaven. Let's do it.
I say we gonna do what we do, no matter how you move, make your move. That's how it be, though.
Alright, so let's start off with getting some of the smaller stuff out the way. For starters, that One Piece box set that we talked about in one of the last videos, where I thought they were just going to be releasing like 3 volumes that covers like the first 100 chapters. They actually corrected and gave an update on what those box sets were, and I actually lost total interest in them ever coming over here because they're not that far different than what the US has been doing with their manga box sets of like just housing them, because basically those are just like packaging of the original volumes just with like a chipboard box set around the original volumes, and we get stuff like that over here all the time. In fact, One Piece has had those type of releases as well, so yeah, the excitement about, oh, we're gonna have smaller One Piece collections, maybe even coming over here, it's a dud. Honestly, I was just like pretty disappointed, like, oh, okay, so they're just repackaging the volumes as they are with a box set around them. Cool beans, I guess. Then I was cruising through the webs and my Google alert came off, and it was, I believe, from comicbooknews.com, something along the lines of that. An image resurfaced from, I want to say it was chapter like 96 of the original Naruto manga that honestly I don't even remember seeing, and I'm curious if anybody out there remembers this, but this was Kishimoto's original attempt at drawing a older Jounin Naruto, and I gotta be honest, I've seen some people going back and forth with me because I had a tweet that kind of went, not viral, but it went, and people were like going back and forth with me because I think that this look for Naruto, and I'll show you guys the original drawing of it and a colored one of it, was phenomenal. It was like, yo, I would have taken that over the Shippuden look, I would have taken that over the last look, I would have taken that even over the Hokage Naruto look, because he's like in traditional Konoha, like Jounin attire, and he has like a bandana around, and again, this was Kishimoto, the original creator of Naruto's original idea of Naruto once he got to those points, and I'm like, yo, I would love if they ever decided decided like, okay, we're gonna do a new Naruto series and we're gonna focus in on the time that it took from the end of Shippuden up until him becoming Hokage, like all the missions in between there, and this is how he's going to look. I get it, the orange jumpsuit was like, you know, a staple after a while, and they wanted to keep orange, and I want to say, from my opinion, that actually orange came from like, you know, the big amount of success that Dragon Ball had, and then Kishimoto, when he became a mangaka, probably wanted to emulate and pay homage with the orange. I mean, Toriko tried to do that as well. They didn't go so well with Toriko, but of course it became a staple after a while for Naruto to have the orange on. But boy, I ain't gonna lie, that look right there, okay, you could have kept Naruto with his orange clothes for part 1, because again, that drawing wasn't until like chapter 96, which was like, I want to say it was the triangle battle between Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Orochimaru, somewhere around there, 96. But Shippuden, he could have had that look, and if not Shippuden, at the very least the last, they could have used that, or even Hokage Naruto would have looked so badass. Or if they ever decide to go back and do something else, like just give him that look. I get it, the orange, cool, all that shit, but that look is the shit, and I can't believe I don't remember this image, but man, it's badass. Next up, let's talk about the Weeknd's new music video. Now, the Weeknd just dropped a music video for one of the tracks from his latest album that he released not that long ago. I believe it was called After Hours, and the name of the song is called Snowchild in the music video. And with the music video, let's read the article, but this is really great news, and I love to see it. Black-owned anime studio DR Shitagio, which again, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, I apologize, animates the Weeknd Snowchild music video. Musical artist The Weeknd dropped the music video for his new track Snowchild off his recent album After Hours on Wednesday. The music video serves as a retrospective on Abel Tesfaye's career, brought to life by Japan-based anime studio DR Shitagio. DR Shitagio was founded by Arthur Isam, Darnell Isam, and Henry Thurlow in 2016, and is the first black-owned animation studio in Japan. The staff has produced the Indigo Ignited short, the pilot episode for Exogenesis. If y'all remember, I actually reviewed that volume because that was actually released by the company that I'm working with to create my manga, The Evolution of Autumn Walters. Exogenesis, definitely check that out. Badass manga, and I just love to see it, to be honest with you, to see a black-owned anime studio. Not only that they're getting prominence, now they're doing the Weeknd's latest music video for Snowchild. Love to see it. Shouts out to them, DR Shitagio. Shouts out to Noir Caesar. Let's keep doing great things. The future's looking bright. Okay, so like I said earlier, we got a news story about the 7 Deadly Sins. The last anime season that was not legally available for streaming is finally about to hit Netflix. Let's quickly read what they're saying. Netflix streams the 7 Deadly Sins Imperial Wrath of the Gods anime on August 6th. Netflix revealed on Wednesday that it will begin streaming the 7 Deadly Sins Imperial Wrath of the Gods, aka Nanatsu no Taizai Kamigami no Gekirin, the 7 Deadly Sins franchise's latest TV anime series, on August 6th. The anime premiered last October and ended on March 25th, and it should have ended before October's premiere, because I'm not gonna lie, that's the one with the really horrible animation, the one that I made one video about it because I looked at it, I was like, nope. And to be honest with you, I feel as though that season was the death blow to the 7 Deadly Sins. And even though they're continuing going with the franchise, I believe they're doing like a sequel or spin-off or something along the lines of that, and I think they're even doing another season of the anime. This one was a dumpster fire, with especially the disrespect, because 7 Deadly Sins, I loved the 7 Deadly Sins, and one day I plan on finishing it, but I don't know if I'm doing the anime route after seeing the abomination that they did with that season. But yeah, if you're interested, it'll be hitting Netflix August 6th, so look out for that, I guess. Now, if you followed my last news video, you know that I said that Mashal was seemingly doing well. Its volumes is doing well. It only has one right now, but we have a list of the top selling volume 1s. That means, like, you know, volume 1 of Mashal, volume 1 of Undead Unluck, volume 1 of Dr. Stone, whatever the case may be. This is the list of the top ones, and for the most part, the ones that we're going to be talking about are highlighted, and it's very interesting, to be honest with you, what came at the top, because at number 2 is Dr. Stone Reboot Byakuya. That was like the spin-off Dr. Stone manga. I think it was about like Senku's father when he was in space and everything that happened there. And honestly, at first I was taken back, like, really? Because Dr. Stone doesn't sell that well. But then I thought about it, like, they dropped that not long after the anime actually premiered, so like it had a huge anime episode to popularize that spin-off right around the same time, so it would make sense that it would sell well. But shout out to Dr. Stone for that. Also, My Hero Academia Team Up Mission, I believe that's some sort of spin-off. Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG Structures. Then on the next one, Kowloon Generic historic romance. Mission Yozakura Family, I believe that's a Shonen Jump title. Skipping down a bit, number 37, Mashal, and only like 6 weeks, I believe, maybe a little more, I'm not sure, but I know for certain it was at least 6 weeks ago that Mashal was released, and it's already in the top 50 selling volume 1s of 2020. That is freaking incredible. And then going a little further down at number 48, Undead Unluck. So it's safe to say Mashal and possibly as well Undead Unluck are going to be around for the long haul. Like, wow. Shouts out to Undead Unluck and Mashal for making the top 50 volume 1s of this year, and we're still moving. There's still a whole lot of time for these volume 1s to keep on selling. Okay, so now regarding the Boruto anime, one of the writers, I believe his name is Honda, was recently talking on Twitter about the upcoming episodes and how it's going to tie in into the manga, and we got some translations because there was like some misinformation floating around, but we actually have some authentic translations, as always, courtesy of Organic Dinosaur. Let's read what Honda had to say, because it's actually, again, pretty important. Like, y'all know Boruto's Naruto Next Generation's Kara Actuation started at 157, but a lot of fans, including myself, are saying, when are we gonna get to the Ao stuff? Once Ao begins, that's gonna be like whole other level. Like, it already started on a good tone with some of the stuff that we got now, but we want the manga stuff too. Let's read. Honda Sensei said, I'm responsible for the script for the next episode of Boruto, episode 158, The Man Who Disappeared. In addition to hinting about Kara, it'll eventually lead to chapter 16 of the original manga. It's the beginning of a big flow of things. Please look forward to it. And then there's a follow-up, since there's another misconception floating around regarding Honda Sensei's tweets. I wanted to try and clarify it. The chapter 16 color cover in Japanese version has splash text, the turbulent Kara arc officially starts. Then in chapter 18 is written to be the Ao arc. Honda Sensei said that the Ao arc is a part of the Kara arc, probably because this is the designation in Japanese fandom. Kara arc refers to the manga. He's trying to translate an English version of the Japanese tweet. Kara Actuation is different. It's the anime original broadcast. And then we got a little bit more clarification up here where Organic Dinosaur said, manga arcs are named Kara arcs starting at chapter 16. So in case you're a little lost, look, the manga arcs, Kara arc. Manga arc named Ao arc starts at chapter 18 to the Kawaki arc. So the Kara arc is basically from 16 to 18, and then even though it's still like, I would call it the Kara saga, 18 up until a certain point is the Ao arc. The anime arc named Kara Actuation arc is different basically, because this is adding in an expansion to all the stuff that we're gonna eventually get with Ao, where Honda says that the Kara Actuation arc episode that is coming up will lead up to Kara arc chapter 16. So basically this arc is going to lead into that. So it could be, you know, let's just say 5 episodes from now we finally run into chapter 16, or 10 episodes from now, whenever, and that the Ao arc chapter 18 is a part of Kara arc, which again is pretty confusing. But basically Honda doesn't say for sure if Kara and Ao arc is going to be included in the Kara Actuation arc, which could mean something bad in a sense. Like, this could be bad news in terms of like we could have 12-15 episodes of, which it's been good so far, the first episode at the very least, but we could have basically anime only stuff centering around like Victor and Deepa, and then maybe after that it could go into this, but he's not saying for certain if any of the manga stuff, in particular Ao, is going to be included in what they're calling the Kara Actuation arc. Only that some number of episodes would eventually lead up to the events of the Ao arc. It is problematic because Japanese uses different arc titles that may not be known to Westerners. So this could be bad news, it could be good news. It's just really ambiguous at the moment, but basically at some point during this arc it is going to lead into the Ao manga stuff. But I mean, I'm not complaining right now, just because like episode 1 was good. The preview for episode 2, it looks like Victor's going to be involved, one of the members of Kara, so I'm excited to see, and I think they're going to add more context as to why a certain masked Kara member does what he does to Victor at some given point. I'm trying to be very subtle about it to not spoil anything, but yeah, okay, it could be bad, but we just gotta wait and see. And now the juiciest story of it all. So there was a live stream today where one of the editors for One Piece, because it's One Piece Day, today is the 23rd anniversary of the One Piece manga, July 22nd, huge stuff, major congrats to One Piece. Like, yo, we're 985 chapters in and we're still getting wowed by every chapter. That is a phenomenal feat, and it's not that people blow smoke up their own asses, it's just One Piece is that damn good. But the editor said something that it's gonna be a wait, because I believe there's no issue of Jump this coming week, very big bummer or whatnot, but the next chapter, 986, let me just read what some of the people are saying. 5 minutes ago, and they're talking about when the stream went down, One Piece editor Takano revealed in live stream that he was moved to tears after he read the next chapter, chapter 986. It was the first time for him to shed tears since he became One Piece's editor. Wow, people. So basically, the editor of One Piece, when he read the next chapter of One Piece, broke down crying in tears, which really makes me wonder, a little bit of spoiler here if you're not caught up, which I don't know why you're like on the One Piece anime and not on the manga, but whatever. I'm wondering, could it be, I highly doubt it's going to be the death of Momo. Just be honest, I don't think Momonosuke is going to die. What I'm thinking, which it would be whoa, is maybe Orochi is going to revive and try and kill Momo, and somebody, whether it be Kinemon or I'm thinking Kinemon. I'm not sure how far away from these events is Kinemon, but maybe Kinemon jumps in front and takes the bullet for him or something along the lines of that. I don't think they're gonna kill this little kid in One Piece, but I could be wrong. But either way, I am freaking dying to now. The wait for One Piece chapter 986 is terrifying, just astronomically hard. It's hard now reading that the editor broke down crying in tears after reading the next chapter. I need that chapter yesterday now. What do you guys think, people? Oh, curious what you guys think. One Piece chapter 986. What the hell happens to make that editor cry? Like, imagine it's just that he cries because Orochi woke up. Wow. Also, what do you think is up with the Boruto anime? What do you think is going to happen? You think we're going to get the Ao arc within the next 5 or 10 episodes, or we're going to have just a massive amount of episodes before we even run into that? Are you disappointed about the One Piece manga box set? I definitely am. Do you think Mashal and Undead Unluck are solidified and cemented, as they're going to be around for a while based on their volume 1 doing pretty freaking well? Also, did you check out the new Weeknd music video? That song is fire, I ain't gonna lie. Like, when I listened to his album the first time, I really didn't pay attention to that one, but I like it, and the music video is freaking awesome. Again, shout outs to a black owned anime studio making major freaking moves. And also that Jounin Naruto drawing that Kishimoto did. Do you think that should have been the original look of Naruto in his Hokage look? Or your overall thoughts on all the stories we talked about? Again, the biggest story, One Piece 986. It's gonna be legendary. I can't freaking wait. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in. Seriously, One Piece 986. Like, yo, does Kaido take a bullet for Yamato? Does Orochi come back? Like, what is it? That's all for the Fornever News, folks.
Everything good always comes to an end. If you stab me in my back, we can never make amends. Trying to move to acceptance, hard to accept it. Mistakes like mirrors, gotta reflect it. I don't wanna fucking leave, but I gotta leave. Leave the maybes to the crazies. Maybe one day there I go, admitting something in a subtle way. No more copies, leave without a trace.